How's it going? I think, you know what? I'm gonna do some silly intros every time now. I really like the sneaky one behind the screen, though. I dig it. Okay, how's everybody doing on this fantastic Wednesday? I hope the answer is good. Hello, hello. All right. Hello, hello. All right, so this Wednesday, we took some advice and we have implemented something new, if you haven't noticed already. In the description, there are 2 links. And if you want your thumbnail to be reviewed, you have to submit one of the forms. And one of them is for gaming channels, and one of them is for non-gaming channels. Because at some point over the past few weeks, we've realized that we're doing, oh, it's a Minecraft channel. And I'm kind of giving the same advice, and there's not a whole lot of variety in the value that we're offering. So yeah, there are the links right below me, right here, you see. But yeah, they're in the description, so just feel free to click and submit, and here's how this works. Okay, so let's say you answer your questions, right? This is like a non-gaming, and then I'll go to the responses, and I will select a very random number, like number 54 here, and then I will take 54, and that means Faithful Echo is the channel name, and whatever thumbnail they submitted, which they didn't, they submitted their channel link, unfortunately. But you submit the video of the thumbnail that you want me to review, and yeah, that's exactly how it works. So, yeah, it also works the exact same way with the gaming, if you didn't figure that out already. All right, aside from that, just so you guys know, the super chats are not submissions. Just a heads up, we appreciate them, but they are not submissions. So, yeah. Oh yeah, one more thing. Every now and then I'll have an idea that I want to show you how I would do something on a thumbnail, and I'll bring up Photoshop. But if you don't know how to use Photoshop, no worries. It's not a tutorial anyway. I typically rush through it and do it all the wrong ways. So yeah, just if you see Photoshop, no worries. The stuff I do, you can do on Canva, or you can do on Affinity, Photopea, Nintendo Wii, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, I say let's just go ahead and get started. Right? Right. Okay, let's do it. We will start with, actually, I did have one pre-selected. It's called Oh, It's Thea, and it's a spooky channel. And I thought, okay, this is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and check out this thumbnail here. And yeah, we'll get started with that one. One thing I noticed with this is I wanted to check out I wanted to check out the remaining, or her other thumbnails too, just to see, because the problem with this one is I kind of understand it if it's like in a story aspect. The text says it charged him with massive teeth, and I kind of see maybe this is water, right? And it's like it's something that you have to, the curiosity's there. You have to click to understand what that thing is. But it charged him. I didn't know who him was, and it confused me a little bit because I thought that him was referring to this alien monster thing in the water. And so I didn't really know what that meant. Maybe the text was a little misleading, but also is that the Loch-Ness? Is that the Loch Ness? I'm not sure, but yeah. So I mean, that's another curiosity loop. You know, you've got to click to understand that. But yeah, so the text just kind of confused me a little bit. But then I thought, well, maybe she's telling a story, and this monster charged a man that is a character in the story, and it has massive teeth. So, yeah, just a little bit of confusion there, and that's what led me to want to check out the other thumbnails and see which ones are really performing well. The man with the endless hole. Okay, that's I don't know what to say about that. The man with the endless hole. Okay, so I'm assuming this guy has like a bottomless pit or something in his backyard. So that one does well. Something scary is happening. So it seems like this is the man with the endless hole was the one that is the outlier here. I kind of want it to be known that because it's such a small channel, one thing to consider is showing the star of your thumbnail, right? The star is actually the hole, like the pit here, is the star of your thumbnail, right? So it's the hero, and it should have the main focus. And you being in the thumbnail is almost distracting from the vibe you're trying to get across. That's just a personal opinion. I mean, I know it's a very branding thing that you're doing, and that's okay. I actually just gave this advice earlier before this before this stream started, where it's just like there are so many elements, and you want the least amount of elements to convey your idea, right? And sometimes you gotta consider is adding you in the thumbnail. I mean, hundreds of thousands of millions of people are going to come through and see this thumbnail, and none of them are going to recognize your face at this point. So it's like, being such a small channel, you don't have much of a familiarity bias, which is like what makes people click when they see Markiplier, right? Because they know, like, and trust him. And yeah, including your face, if you're not like in the story or adding to the action that's happening in the thumbnail, and if the story is not, about you, then sometimes it's better to consider just letting the star shine. And yeah, now that with gaming channels, that's a little bit different, or reaction channels, that's a little bit different, because at that point you are the star of the show. So yeah, this is just one of those niches where you kind of got to decide what's better. And honestly, why not just try it out? We have these A/B tools now. If you do one with your face and one without, I think that would be a good test. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on. I saw you thank us for picking you, and yeah, seriously, thank you for submitting. That this was a really great channel to get this started. I bit my tongue halfway through that sentence. Okay, that's irrelevant. Sorry, I was reading a comment. So yeah, the man with the endless hole. That was that was the outlier there. Maybe try like that one. Maybe A/B test that one, since it already has potential. And just do like the pit in one, and maybe the pit with the eyes and the circle in another. And also something that Ryan Trahan does is, once he realizes like, okay, this is the setting, he'll do 3 massively different thumbnails with a different background, one with his face up close, just like not minor changes, major changes. That way he knows, okay, this is the one. Then he'll pick that one, and then if there's text on it, then comes the minor changes on the second thumbnail test, where he'll change the text around, and he'll just write different words or different phrasing or whatever. And that'll be his next A/B test, and typically like that one, will let him know exactly what is the winner. Okay, so now, anybody that's rolling in here now, there are 2 links in the description. One is for non-gaming channels, one is for gaming channels. And if you want your thumbnail to be reviewed, go to the form and put in a video that has the thumbnail that you want me to review, okay? The way this works now is I just did a non-gaming, so let's roll over to gaming, and we'll just go back and forth. Cool? Cool. Okay. I'm not hearing any music. There we go. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Thank you, Slavgard. Video link, not channel link. If I get channel links, it kind of slows things down, and sometimes it's not worth it. Okie doke. So this one is Brawl Stars, that's right. Okay, I remember seeing this before. Cobb Snob 11 is the channel name, and the title is The Ultimate Brawl Stars Unlock Guide. Okay. what I'm seeing in this thumbnail, I'm pretty sure this niche kind of does exactly what this person is doing. So sometimes if I'm not sure, or if I'm not so familiar with the niche, and that'll happen a lot with gaming, with Fortnite, Fortnite and Minecraft and Roblox especially. So I'll go and I'll check out and see what other people are doing. Brawl Stars, and this is just kind of a strategy that everybody should do when they're not sure. I do it all the time with my thumbnails, and then I end up with a ton of different potential outliers, and I'll show you that a little bit later, how I'm doing that. But yeah, so here we've got the top 5 brawler for every mode in Brawl Stars, and it's like the 3-panel, right? And I see a lot of this 3-panel stuff, where it's 1, 2, 3. That's 3-panel. Yeah, okay. And I see it a lot with motivational content. Okay, so there was only like 1 3-panel in here. Now it does have potential, obviously. I beat Brawl Stars. Yeah, a lot of these have right around 70,000 views. And this one here, this guy, oh, it's the official Brawl Stars YouTube channel. So yeah, that one's probably a bit different. When he's showing his face, so I assume like there's some familiarity bias there. Okay, so let me actually give some useful advice here. Unlock everything. I mean, I don't think that anything's wrong with this. Let's get a little more detailed. So, unlock. Okay, Brawl Stars unlock. That's what we'll search. Let's see what's going on. So, wow, that one's got 1.8 million, and there are. Is this okay? So there's like a little unlock screen, right? Are you doing anything like that, where it's showing the screen where you unlock? Maybe that's something to consider, because it's something that's familiar with the audience. Those are animations, I don't think. Brawlers to unlock. Okay, see, I see this next to unlock, and now that I'm seeing it twice, this little screen with this shape here, the yellow shape with the characters, that might be something to consider. If you want to, if you want the viewer to like see something that they recognize, then having that as like the main thing, and it says next to unlock or whatever, and you could probably get rid of some of the extra text, you know, that it's not quite necessary. But if you have these 3 characters on that, and then unlock everything like you just did, I think that might help. Might be something to try. As far as other stuff, I mean, that seems about it. I mean, what you have already, it's like it matches everything else that's going on. So basically, you're down to the details now. This person did 2024, so that's something to consider, right? Because it's very like there's some urgency or freshness to it. Yeah. That said, what you have already, I think will work for you. I would just like maybe experiment with the things I said. This is a 20 times outlier for you, which is really great. And also, you popped up on the search, so I mean, you're right there. You can give it time with this, but if you want, since we all have the A/B test now, maybe try what I said about the recognizable screen there. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and move on. I remember now, seeing this star thing, that confused me like 3 streams ago. I was totally lost. Like, what is this? Because it was so blurry, the person that had done that. Okay, non-gaming. 103. I thought I typed numbers, but I didn't. I'm still not typing numbers. There, now I'm typing numbers. Okay, Notjustatourist _ is the channel name. Okie doke. Okay, Notjustatourist is the channel name. Crazy nightlife in Bangkok, Nana Plaza, Thailand. I guess maybe that's what the TH is. not great with geography. Okay, I'm curious what this would show up on YouTube. Just like the nightlife in Bangkok, just to see what they're doing. I know the one thing, okay, so first of all, what this almost 10 million views is showing is like you got the lady there, which basically you're doing the same thing. You know, it's just that appeal to some crowd. Faithful Echo that was before. Oh, that there wasn't a specific video that they submitted. It was just a channel link. So I just kept moving on because we were by the way, this is who I'm responding to, by the way. Yep, I just kept moving on because I wanted some momentum and I didn't want to get stuck on not having an actual thumbnail to look at. Okay, so yeah, there you got the appeal in there, and also it's like kind of cool because it's your own picture, right? It seems that these all have that same vibe. I think the thing that's I'm not digging is the text, or the font especially. It just, you took this really, really cool situation and then kind of made it a little like childish or amateurish with the font itself. I guess here, let's toss this in Photoshop real quick. I'm just curious, like with some correct composition, what this could look like without anything. Let's just go ahead and I'm gonna do this a little bit easier, a little more exact. I don't know what this song is, but it's so low it just sounds like a bunch of clicking in my ear. Okay, let's go ahead and do gin fill. It was just like please avoid all caps if you can. And then it's like, thank you for the compliments. Thank you. All right, the arrow isn't quite pointing to much specifically. I mean, maybe it's just the girls here, but if that's the case, if that's what you're pointing to, then it's like, yeah, they already have the attention in the picture. John, you are the legend. John, you are the. All right, so let's grab this here, and yeah, basically what I was thinking is you would just kind of maybe benefit from a little bit of a composition change. Okay, so you've already got a cool picture. When I think composition, this might help your designing. If I could just get this thing centered. Wish it was always on canvas. So when I do composition, basically I always use the rule of thirds. Maybe he has cap. Yeah, maybe. So I always do the rule of thirds, and so that's just taking the centers, and then you go in the centers of those, right? So something a little bit like this. And this right here, this upper one, is typically what's considered the eye line. So if you're like looking at my camera right now, I try to keep my eye line on that area. Not so high that it cuts off the top of your head, but sometimes that's okay to do in a thumbnail, just not from a camera. So that's what I try to do. I try to keep an eye line up there. I would probably bring her eye line, or her eyes up to that line, and then I would keep her centered. Now you kind of have to figure out what's more important. Do you want them both on a line like this, and then you can fill out the rest of the image with like AI or whatever? You could. Maybe let's see what that looks like real quick. I would think though it might be more beneficial to have them closer. Yeah, let's go ahead and have them closer. So we'll just go ahead and center her. And then the girl on the left will be pretty close to that eye line. Yeah, so she's like slightly off this left third here. It's almost like artistic composition in this one. If you shrunk it down a little bit, they're all on a third. That's kind of interesting. But for attention's sake, we just leave them up here. So if you did that, spread them out just a little bit, I would probably think that this is more of an attractive thumbnail. If you're gonna do text, then I would jump into this, right? This very simple. That might be Roboto. Let's take a look. Let's just okay, we could do enter. That's fine. That's what I usually. So if you're doing something like that, you could use a font like that. I don't know where you would want to put it. Like if you really want text, you might want to put more weight on this side, right? So you've got these two girls, and then this one immediately catches your eye, and then you could put text over here, and basically, okay, let's do nightlife in Bangkok, and then I'm gonna move on to the next one. But Bangkok, and then what I would do right here is I would probably do a little bit of a center. Am I spelling that wrong, or did Slavgard spell? Okay, I didn't spell it wrong. And then I would flip the image and text on the right. Text is on the right. And then I would probably do a little something like that. I would probably do that a little darker. And yeah, when you go zoomed out a little bit, it would probably benefit to be a little smaller. But yeah, I would try something like that. You could experiment with that kind of feel at least. We can do that flip that they just suggested just to see. Yeah, and then I'll move on. But yeah, this is kind of, you know. Okay, so just a heads up, when you are so used to seeing an image in one way, like take an image of yourself and then flip it horizontally and see how weird you feel about it, because it is just like, yeah, I don't know. It's almost like a different person. So yeah, I don't know. I think that this actually does kind of work. The one benefit of having the text on the left is that's how we read anyway. So it's kind of like the first thing you see. So I would experiment with that. I do kind of like the text on the left, but if you wanted to, you could actually circle her and then just generate fill AI, whatever, on Canva, or I don't know, whatever free AI generative fill tool there is. And then it would kind of leave a little bit more of an empty space, like so. I'm just gonna show you what that would look like. And then while that fills, I'm going to select the next channel, which is gaming. Number 30. Bump, dump, bump, bump, bump. BeastKingHarsh. Cool. Yeah, so now that she's gone, a little bit of something like, oh, something like that, I guess. You know, you could blur around it and really get a better feel about that. But yeah, hopefully that helps a little bit. Just seeing what they have out there, like kind of matching this vibe. Most of the that one is a little bit ridiculous, but most of the ones with text are like kind of professional looking. So yeah, great picture though. I mean, for that niche, that picture works really well. Okay. Old Man Wants Some Help. This is BeastKingHarsh, and it is a gaming channel. Wolfenstein, The New Order, Part 3. Okay. So, this is one of those where I'm like, I know what I would be interested in seeing, but sometimes that gaming niche, they do some stuff that I'm like, oh, okay, I guess this is what this niche does. Okay, so we're going to check out Wolfenstein... what is it? New Order. And then playthrough. All right, so at this point, this is exactly what I was talking about. Seeing these that have almost 8 million views, you have a character and you have part 1, right? And I'm just like, that's not something that would catch me, right? But here we go. You got this character, and then you've got a number 3. Oh man, see, there's more. They're all the same. So at this point, I'm just like, is it that the niche is too saturated? Is it the topic? Is it that maybe it's because you're a new channel? That could be, but I like what you've got going on here. Do the gears in the back, is that something from Wolfenstein, or is that something that you added? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's exactly what oh, sorry, my bad. That one. Yeah, so the gears, the cogs, that's what I meant. Yeah, I didn't see those in the other ones either. So maybe it's just a design choice, and it might work for you. I mean, this doesn't look bad. It does kind of stick out to me. Maybe if he had like a little bit of a shadow instead of, because there's like the way that you removed his background, you left a lot of the black outline. And yeah, so if you added a little bit of a shadow, it'll pull him off of the thumbnail a little bit, and it also will blend in that extra fuzzy around there. As for the number 3, if you stick with this background, the number 3 and the gear right here, those together, it's like, it's annoying to have to see them both, where like cut out the gears or whatever and leave the number 3, or like move the number 3 somewhere else, because that right there is exactly where the little number, the time, hold on, right here. So you'll see the little time thing on all thumbnails, and that's exactly where that is. Nope, wrong one. It might be a little smaller, but yeah. Also, there's like a signature down here I just saw. Is this somebody's work that or did you make it? Or did you sign it just cuz? I don't know. But yeah, so with that number 3, it does kind of, like, the gears, it kind of makes it a little busy. But yeah, I think that it's pretty good so far. You might want to get like a sharper Wolfenstein logo, because it's like pretty fuzzy. But when you zoom out far enough, that doesn't matter. So I guess I would experiment with shadows, and then maybe experiment with a simpler background, and then consider moving the number 3. But as for the niche, that's what they're all doing. So why not try different versions of that? You know, maybe you do one with a red background on your A/B test, and then use this one, and maybe, I don't know, a dark background like this one. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's what I would do. Let's go ahead and move on to non-gaming channels. Oh, sorry, I was just catching up on chat. You guys are funny. Okay, let's do this. Number 46. Oh man. All right. Let's go ahead and translate this. Well, I guess we'll translate the full page. Amiri got late. Okay. Let's see. From rags to riches in minutes, everyone would just like to go. Nothing. Okay. So, me not being this language speaker, I didn't quite understand what it was about. But you know what? The thumbnail itself. Wait, is this a gaming channel? I'm sorry. No. Somebody said he just did one, but yeah, sorry. Yeah, we're doing gaming and non-gaming. We're switching off. Okay, so all of that said, like, I couldn't quite figure out what was going on. But this thumbnail is pretty clear at conveying the idea, right? It is an annoying song that I'm gonna change. It is like, it's clear that on the left side you've got the rich version where you've got money flying around, and it's green. And then on the right side, you've got pour and red and down arrows that kind of look like they're from Call of Duty. So what I would do, first of all, the thing that I would immediately notice is like, why would I want to go from being rich to being poor? Because I didn't notice the verses at first, especially because it's blue on top of blue. I just didn't pick it up. But if this video is about going from poor to rich, then throw poor on the left side, put rich on the right side, and then throw an arrow in the middle, right? That would probably make it a little bit clear. Somebody said something about the colors, and I guess if I'm going to be really picky about this, the background colors, they're okay. The middle blue thing with the verses, I would just totally get rid of it and make it a solid line. The pour over red, with a little bit of outline, you can see that it's written pour, but when you get to like this, it kind of looks like poop, because it's like it blends into the background so well. So you might want to consider doing a little bit of a contrast there, right? If you get rid of this middle line and you just put a black box with a low opacity on it, it would make it really, really pop out. If you did the same with the rich, because the rich is sitting over green, it would do the same thing. But because you got the money in the background, the rich being green does kind of pop out. But I would consider changing it. You don't want it to be the same color as the background. The verses should be white. I wouldn't do the verses in my opinion. This shirt that you're wearing right here. Okay, so text, if you ever bring it into like Canva or Photoshop, I would circle these little things, the little graphics on your shirt, and just totally get rid of it, right? I would also change the color of your shirt. Make it a little more simple so you have your colors jumping out. If you have, say, a red background, you get a green background, and you have like white text, then you have a guy in a suit, which is kind of dark, and then you've got the poor guy in maybe a white shirt, and if you had it a little bit like ripped, if you could do that, then that would be awesome. The bracelet here is also a pink randomly, and that might... you got a lot of different colors, which I understand when somebody said that about the colors. So if this is Arabic, they read from right to left. If it is, then okay. Is that Arabic? Let's check. I don't know. Let's do that. Now I'm curious. Translate Google whatever it's called. Oh, there's detect language on it. Okay, so did I not copy it? Bam, 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 bam. It is Hindi. So yeah, I guess. So yeah. Hopefully those tips help you. Like the idea you're conveying is like right there, and it's just about thinking how easy is it for somebody to understand now. Yeah, and there are a lot of elements that you got going on that can be simplified, like the verses. Now, if it's sort of like a gamified type video where it's like one against the other, then the verses, I guess, makes sense. And somebody said the white verses, I would make the line dead center and then put a white verses, because it would stick out from green and red. Okay, there was a lot for me to say on that one, but when I see one that's like so close, I get excited. So yeah, I mean, man, some of like, it might be a versus, so that I would consider the white versus. Now that I'm seeing it, it's not a transformation. It's almost like this person acts this way and this person acts this way. But that's an assumption. So hopefully all of that advice together kind of gets that across. Okay, very cool thumbnail to start anyway. That was non-gaming. So we're gonna do a gaming. Number 105. That is the very last one that submitted. Mr. Abu. They left me a note here. In my opinion, I'm making really clear and HD thumbnails, and the views I'm getting is not bad. But it's been 3 years, 100,000 views, and I don't know how to cross that threshold. Okay, all right, yeah, let's take a look, man. We'll see what we can do. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look-see. Okay, so the channel name is Mr. Abu, and this video is top PC squads. Okay, there's a lot of this stuff in gaming that I'm like, I try to deduce what the game actually is because I don't play many games. Well, I do, but okay, just not the popular ones. Garena Free Fire. I guess that's what this game is because it showed up there. If I'm wrong, no. Okay, now I see the tags. Garena Free Fire. Okay, cool. All right, let's get that on standby for the actual niche. I clicked on it. Does this mean I've never done that before? Actually clicked on it and saw what showed up. Okay, let's throw in the niche. And let's check out the rest of the channel. I want to see what really stuck out first. 1 million views. Okay, so this one is fairly simple to understand. I just want to... I have so many things open, it takes a while. Okay, so you got day 1, day 7, the headshot rate increases. But the headshot's misspelled on this one, but that apparently didn't matter at all. Okay, this one freaking nailed the idea conveying part of creating thumbnails. Immediately, you know what this is about. Like, I did this in 7 days, right? So that's pretty clear. Let's take a look at this one. By the way, it was clear without looking at the title. Like, this one, on the other hand, I'm not sure what is going on. I see a headshot. There's a lot of text. Yeah, a couple of people are talking about skin color and the guy's too bright and stuff. Okay, sure, good point. But at this point, I'm wondering, is the guy even relevant to the actual like topic or what the video is about? Because like I said earlier on that one channel, if you could A/B these and take your face out, see if it performs better, because you might not have that familiarity yet. This dude has 382,000 subscribers, so there is a potential that he has that familiarity. And if that's the case, then I guess we can pick it apart and say, yes, you are overexposed compared to the rest of the thumbnail here. But I think the biggest problem of this thumbnail is there's no curiosity. Okay, the 3 things: convey the idea, catch the eye, and create curiosity. Those are the 3 things you want to do with the thumbnail, and it's... I'm not exactly sure what makes me curious, you know, as a layman to this. Like, why would I click this? If I'm just getting into the game, does this appeal to me in some way? I guess it's really like, don't change the video, right? Just think, like, what about this video really wants to make somebody click? Is it the appeal of you two fighting? Is that popular enough, you think? Or is there a situation in this, like, you won't believe I did this to this guy, or you won't believe how I got killed? And then you have it on recording, so show the most epic, awesome, funny part of your game as the screenshot, and, like, blur something out, or circle something with the arrow. Just, like, you know, something that just seems super engaging and makes somebody curious, like, I've got to see what that's about. I think you might have fallen into a little bit of a trap where you did stuff for so long that it just kind of, like, you might have lost sight of what makes a really, really good package, which we all fall into that. And I mean, like, you have clearly put in the work, so I think it's just like, it's really just considering that, just considering those three things, and it's like, okay, how do I make this the most inviting, curiosity-inspiring thumbnail, right? Like this one, the curiosity is, how did he do it, right? How did he increase that headshot? The idea is immediately conveyed, and the eye is caught by the game itself, and it catches the eyes of people that want to play the game. Most of the time in search, right? Sometimes it's browse, because a lot of people will only look at game stuff, and then it'll always pop up on their feed. Yeah, I like this one right here. Okay, so look at this one right here. It seems like you have a versus again, right? But in this one, what you don't have is a bunch of text and an arrow pointing at something that we're not sure what it's trying to point out. And you don't have another element of a face or anything. It's just like me versus guy. 2 characters, 2 flags, because that's where we're from. It's so simple. And apparently it did so well. This one, 5 new headshot tips. Pretty easy to understand because the headshot rate is right there. I would personally say there's too many elements on this, but the idea, you go from headshot tips to the headshot rate. Like, that's where my eye goes immediately. So it's totally easy to understand. At this point, to answer your question, how do you cross this threshold? Dude, you might be in a topic that has a cap at some point. Like, you're going to be like one of the biggest YouTubers of a specific game. Maybe this is all the same game, but yeah, if not, then honestly just keep experimenting with different games. It seems like you're doing things right. It's just like taking a step back from an outside viewer's perspective and looking at this and being like, what really caught my eye here? What I like to do is I like to hop onto just regular YouTube, and then I'll scroll through, and then I'll just like stop, and I'll look, and I'll be like, okay, what one caught my eye first? And this one, Nolan Molt, caught my eye first because the green in this situation is the highest contrast versus everything else. The second one that caught my eye is Louis Rossman because he has a recognizable face to me, like, because I love his content. So everything else is sort of dark, but then this green popped out. Now, I'm not saying only green thumbnails pop out, because if all of these were green except for one, the one that would pop out to me most is the one that's not green. So it's just kind of something to consider, like, okay, what made me click? What made me click this? What made me click that? And then how can I implement that into my content? Hopefully that helped a little bit. I know that's got to be a really, really tough position to be in. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. This was gaming, right? Yeah, this was gaming. So let's go ahead and do a non-gaming one. Okay, GnAsTy? Or just nasty, if the G is silent. That is the name of this channel. Okay, he wanted to fight. All right, first, my immediate impression is I understand something wanted to fight you, but I have no idea what I'm looking at because it is so dark. Like, hold on, maybe we can figure this out. Okay, I kind of see like this trap thing. Hold on. I'm curious if this damn thumbnail. All right. I'm kind of curious if the data is in there to where we can just brighten it up, but I really doubt it. Oh yeah, it is. But I'm not sure what it is. There is something up there. Anyway, I hope you get the point, right? The data is in, like, it's in the picture because I can start to see like a tattoo and details of you and everything, if that's you. But I would just try to make it clearer what we're talking about in this thumbnail because what you have is really, really dark. It is a really cool picture, but does it convey the idea clearly? before somebody clicks. In a weird way, this could create curiosity because they can't see what you're talking about, but with hundreds of other videos that they're scrolling through, that they won't take the time to figure it out. Viewers will just skip right to the next one. You know, it's this motion. Just keep scrolling until something points out that doesn't take my time away. Hopefully that helped a little bit. It's such a simple tip. I do want to kind of check out a couple other things. In real life and gaming content. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what this is. Vlogs, adventure, thrill. Okay. Yeah, the wicked tree limb. So yeah, I guess just work on getting the idea across a little bit better. A lot of these thumbnails, there's a little bit too much going on. You got a graveyard, you got a clock, you got people's faces. There's like a little shadow thing here. Try to make it about one specific thing. That makes it easier on the viewer, and they know immediately whether they want to click or not. And just as a numbers game, you'll get clicks. Also, maybe reconsider that font. All right, so we're gonna do questions now. All right, and basically all you gotta do is put #question in your comment and then ask a question. And then I'm gonna answer it, or I'm gonna do my best. You are welcome, GnAsTy. Yeah, dude, just keep making videos. Like you're on the right track. I'm excited to see what you continue to come up with. And by the way, your composition on that, where it's like you in the bottom left and then the thing in the bottom right, it's a very like Renaissance type composition, and it's cool. It's a very cool composition. I wish that image could have been clearer, because it would have been the bomb. Real quick question: what is the best color? Like what's my favorite color, or what's the best color for thumbnails? Because I hope it's clear that there isn't a best color. It's the one that has perfect, like, great contrast. It's that's me. Yeah. When it comes to thumbnails, there is no best color. It's just making sure that you understand contrast. Because if you put red and green together, they have like a really bad contrast. Like it just hurts your eyes, right? So it's just about paying attention to that sort of stuff. Imagine you need to fit in a thumbnail a logo, text, and an image. How would you do it? Well, it depends on what the image is. Like, if it's an image of somebody dead center, then you want your text probably top, bottom, or you could push them to the left and then extend out that image just a little bit, maybe using AI, and you could have the text on that side and the person on the other side. And then if you want a logo, like if it's a gaming logo, you could put it above the text. I don't know. It's all about look, go online, go on YouTube and just kind of scroll through thumbnails, especially in your niche, and see exactly what they do. Really study where the person is, where the text is, and if the logo is important enough. And branding isn't, it's a toss-up for me. It always depends on the channel. But if the logo is like a game where in that niche they always have the logo in it, then do what they do. You know, as you keep doing what they do, you're gonna get better and better, and you're gonna get good enough to make your own thing. And then you'll have people looking at you like, oh man, I want to do what that guy did. So yeah, hopefully that helped a little bit. How do you get a high quality thumbnail if commenting on low quality video? So you're like a commentator channel. You have low quality video, which is probably blurry or pixely. That's tough. Now, I know that there is this AI tool and it's paid, but it kind of assumes what a face looks like and it can upscale it. Now, it depends on the show, right? Man, that's a really tough. Hold on. I'm gonna write that name down because I'm curious. If you're in the Discord, let me see that thumbnail afterwards because I'm curious. It's something that I need to know too. Yeah, if you're in the vidIQ Discord, I'm in there. John Scott, just hit me up. Don't comment on low quality video. That's a solution. vidIQ's on Discord. Yeah. Hey, nice. That is perfect timing. Does frequently uploading your thumbnails make a difference? Like changing them, it does. So here's the thing. I've been dealing with this recently too. So say we put up 3 thumbnails, right? And they all sort of get the 33% like A/B test. You know, you try out 3 on the A/B test, and they all are about the same. What I learned is that you have to do something wildly different from those just to see if just to get any data that makes sense. And from what I've done, changing thumbnails hasn't affected a really good video. But man, it's tough. It does help, right? There's this situation here. I'll show you. Where's my mouse? Let me just show by example, because I'm just like, oh man, that's a really tough question. And apologies for those who have already seen this, but it was like 5 or 6 streams ago. So I had this idea for a video, and the first idea that I had for the thumbnails was like something that I generated this idea through AI. And I thought, okay, that's kind of cool. I'm going to try to remake that myself. I'm clicking to it right now, sorry. Okay, so, come on. I'm sorry, guys. There it is. So yeah, it was, I think the CTR was like, the click-through rate was like 2. It was really, really bad. And so, what the idea was, and this will be pretty apparent after I show you my screen. What the idea was is this AI concept of me looking down at this box that I buried with the Amazon logo on it is what I wanted. And so I took pictures of myself and then made a couple versions of this, and I tried it out. And my click-through rate, like I got the immediate subscribers that watched, and then my click-through rate was like 2 to 3, just something ridiculous. So I thought, I really need to click this, or click, I just read the word click. I really need to change this, and I need to do something dramatic, because obviously these minimal changes were all A/B tests, and none of them changed. Like, it didn't change anything. The idea just wasn't coming across right. So I found this David Avella, I think that's his name is. And I thought, okay, that's a really cool thumbnail. I could make this work because I talk about sleeping right at the beginning of the video. And so I sketched my own version of it where it's like Amazon is keeping me up. And then I made this version, right? And so it's like the exact same composition as his, but it's kind of like a different idea. And then I also had another idea that I thought might work, but yeah. And then my click-through rate jumped to 11%, and then it kind of dipped down to like 7% after that. But that was way better than the 3% it had. So I don't think frequency matters. I think the idea, like conveying the idea correctly and finding something that really catches people's eyes, I think that matters more. Create curiosity, convey the idea, catch the eye. Like, those are the 3 focuses. And honestly, the psychology of curiosity is the main focus, in my opinion. So if you can nail that, you don't have to frequently upload anything. You can just keep experimenting with that. Anyway. Sorry for tough questions, John. That's okay. That's okay. Explain the relation between thumbnail and title. Okay, so when you're scrolling through YouTube, if you're like a normal human, the first thing you see is the picture, because it's like an instinctual thing. If it's got a face, you immediately see the eyes. It's just like, it's the thing that catches your eye. You know, people say don't judge a book by its cover, but most of us do, right? unless you're like purposely avoiding looking at the picture and only looking at the title, the picture is going to catch your eye. So basically, I like to get the idea across. I like to get all three across in the thumbnail. I think it's great. Conveying the idea, creating curiosity, and catching the eye. Now, I'm going to say it over and over again because it's super important. But if you can do all three of those things in a thumbnail, which we're about to find out with this game that we're about to play, if you can figure out what the video is about through the thumbnail, then the title you can just add on top, right? You can spice it up a little bit. Now, if you're doing both catching the eye and conveying the idea, then the title itself can convey or create curiosity instead, where it's so. Here, I'll show you an example. I did this a while ago, but I just need to find it. I did this a while ago. I really liked showing it. Oh man, this is one of those moments where I'm like, I wish I hadn't cleaned, because after I cleaned, I'm like, oh, this is like, I hate this. Everything is unorganized, and I liked it perfectly messy. Yeah, I will find this. Come on. That song that just started, it reminded me of The Neighborhood. Okay. I'm not finding it. I'm not going to take too much time. I'll keep clicking and maybe I'll point it out. But basically, yeah, the title can add to this whole curiosity aspect. It can really like amplify the psychology that you're trying to get across through the packaging. So hopefully that explains it just a little bit. I really would love to show you like examples of it, and I have them. Who knows where I put them? Who knows? Okay, it's time for the 2-second challenge. I swear I'll find that later. I should not have cleaned my whole Milanote situation here. Okay, so that means that now we are about to do something fun. But not before I remove that banner. Let's go. Okay, so this is the 2-second test. And the 2-second test is where we look at the person's thumbnail, and we don't look at the channel, we don't look at the title, and we try to guess what the video is about. And when I click on the thumbnail, it's going to look like this. And you got 2 seconds. You got 2 seconds to figure it out. Oh man. Okay, yeah, so you get the idea. All right, I just wanted to full screen it there. All right, so let's, what was the last one? Nasty, Mr. Okay, so we did a non-gaming last time. Number 27. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I start a new stream, it's like my windows get all resized. Okay. Are we ready? Oh, mung it up? I never heard that before. Okay, you guys ready? Ooh, this one might be a little tough. All right, let's go. All right, let's get some guesses. Barbie, I can see that. Roblox, seeing Roblox, seeing ordinary life edit of a game. Roblox, gaming. Thor once in Okay. Minecraft, gaming Roblox, Roblox gaming. All right. I think we kind of we kind of have the idea here. I think it is Roblox 2, just based off of the hands, I guess, because they look like little Roblox hands. And yeah, it does look like a giant hammer. So let's go ahead and check the title and see what this is about. Ordinary Life Arsenal Montage. That doesn't quite help, does it? Second upload of the day. I was bored. Let me know if these are good. Okay. My Ordinary Life. Am I missing? Oh, okay. That's a song. Montage clips. Okay. I have to click through to make sure it's Roblox. I'm pretty... Yeah, okay. It's Roblox. Okay. All right. So, let's talk about this thumbnail real quick. What... Somebody said, I'm so smart. Okay. So, your thumbnail itself... I kind of dig. I really like the first person aspect. This is like super cool, but when it comes to Roblox, I am not exactly sure how often that works. We'll do Arsenal montage just to keep it fair here. Okay, so first person does work for this. That's great, because a lot of Roblox content is always like the character and they're outlined and they really stick out. But yeah, so this is kind of solid. I think what's confusing me is the Ordinary Life thing, and maybe that's something about the game itself, but I just I don't get it, right? There's missing information for me as a newcomer to the video. So I would probably try to convey that a little bit more. You might want to get rid of the text itself. Yeah, I don't quite know what it's about, but yeah, so showing action really helps. These are pretty interesting, but you kind of have that already. This one's kind of my favorite, right? There's like a lot of movement, and this person, it blew up for them because they obviously have more subscribers coming in. So yeah, I would just kind of study what they're doing and just keep it up. Wait a second. That looks like the exact thumbnail right there. Except different hands or something. I don't know. But that's funny. It's like very close. Anyway, yeah, I would try that. Just the Ordinary Life thing. It's kind of confusing, so I would probably change it up a little bit. Your Ordinary Life style with there's like a haze over this. I would probably study what they're doing more. Like this right here, you've got this green, yellow, and then like the environment, right? But that yellow and green really pops. So that's something to kind of consider. When you have it like this, it's almost like there's just this white pink haze. It's kind of hard to understand. Also, the Ordinary is cutting off this hammer thing. So yeah, just to convey the idea a little bit better, but keep it up because it's a good thumbnail, especially for this niche. Okie doke. Let's move on to the next one where this is not gonna be a gaming thumbnail. Number 116, no. Oh, 169. Oh, I know this person. Okay. I'm glad that you submitted because, like, now you get to be a part of the game. Would you like to play a game? Okay, you guys ready? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. How we doing? Let's get some guesses. Roblox. SeaWorld experience. I can see that. Traveling to SeaWorld water park. Seen a lot of SeaWorld, which is a good thing, I think, because that's what I'm seeing. Amusement parks, outdoor boys. Roblox SeaWorld. It's pretty close. Okay, let's check it out. So, I'm seeing SeaWorld. I don't think it's a humble brag, but I think last time I saw they were like really having fun with something. I thought it was a great picture, but my advice to them was the thumbnails that you craft are less engaging than like a screenshot from your experience, because I found some really great moments in their video alone, and I thought that maybe that would stick out just a little bit more. So I would say we got a lot going on in this one with these pictures. I don't know, it's like a video scrapbook style, and yeah, I would just, I don't know, the elements, there's just so much to look at. Also, like these little text and everything, like this is perfect for if you're just making it for your family, I think. But if you really want people to be interested in it, then this just isn't enough, in my opinion. So the name of this channel is Theme Park Teddy. We've had them on a couple times. And SeaWorld Orlando Day 6 is the title. Now, it's like a family vlog, and that's okay. But when I went through last time, I saw some shots that I'm like, wow. It gives me the vibe that travel channels do, where it shows something really, really awesome, and maybe just a really simple text, and then that sticks out to me a little bit more. And it's also doing the thumbnail testing. Yeah, I'm sorry, we can't quite see that. Not yet, anyway. So yeah, like I said, I would love to see your other versions, because maybe you're doing exactly what I'm saying. But like I said before, there's like probably an event or something, like the highlight of your video, and that's what I would like. I would get the best picture of that, and then that's what I would use as one of your thumbnails to try to test it out. Because this doesn't make people curious as much as like showing them something that they're not used to seeing. I think that's probably the best I can say about this, because it's such a very specific niche, and it's just one of those that you kind of have to tease something that's in the video for them to watch, for them to like want to click and watch. That's basically all I can say about that. Yeah, also in your footage, if you did take a screenshot from it, you might just want to like up the saturation just a tiny bit, because it's kind of low contrast. Okie doke. Yep, that could work. Focus on one element. Yeah, the SeaWorld thing, you could have that logo in there like as a little graphic itself, instead of making it the scene. But also just keep in mind that if you show something cool from SeaWorld, then SeaWorld on the title is enough. You don't need the logo. Like if you're showing a fish jumping through a brick wall and fire exploding and stuff, then okay, if you're showing a dolphin jumping, then it's probably enough to just have SeaWorld in the title. If it's something SeaWorld related, like fish, then yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and jump to the next one. That was non-gaming, so we are hiding again. Number 108. Okay. Alright, this is funny. Okay, you guys ready? Are you ready? Minecraft. Zelda. I'd say. You're welcome, Theme Park Teddy. Ocarina of Time. Fortnite. No idea. Zelda speedrun. Gaming tips for Zelda shortcut. me at a family reunion. Old N60. Oh, come on, man. Old N64 game I'm too young to remember. Oh, that hurts. Oh, man. Okay. Pixel art gone wrong. It's just the past, man. It is what it is. Zelda Fortnite. I quit. Zelda Fortnite is never something I ever wanted to say in my life. Okay. I am a huge Zelda fan. And, so when I see this, I didn't pick up on it immediately that Link was down there. I didn't know what I was looking at, actually. It's not something that I'm familiar with. Like, for a second, it kind of looks like he was throwing a bomb or something. Oh, okay, I see right here. It's confusing, in my opinion. Well, okay, well, dude, it's just like, it almost looks like you're trying to show something, but I'm not sure what it is, because the text and the sights are in the way of it. None of this, besides Link in the bottom left, which, like, I saw last, none of it is quite recognizable enough to me as a Zelda fan. It might... Okay, so... Dodongo's Cavern is what this is. So, if somebody's stuck on that... by the way, this is a really, really small niche, as far as, like, this is a very specific thing that they're giving tips on. Just Dodongo's Cavern in Ocarina of Time. Oh, and there's a randomizer on here too, which is kind of cool. I would say, if you backed up a bit to show more of this scene, you could get the idea across a little bit better. If you had Link bigger down here, like, say, hold on, there's got to be a picture of this somewhere. Okay, you already did it. Oh, by the way, the image, like the gameplay of Link right there at the beginning is, like, solid. Like, that size of him, if he's, like, running, I love that. But, yeah, you did that. So you got Link in the bottom left, and that right there is a little bit too much text for my taste. But, okay, all right, that's cool. So... By the way, this one, I love that you use the negative space on the wall to, like, throw the text on here. And with the drop shadow, this is great. I would make the color pop a little bit more. I don't know. I would probably experiment with that one. But this one's a really good thumbnail. So what you did there was much clearer than what's going on here. You know what I mean? Like, this one is just so tough to understand because it's so close. I think what I'm seeing is that you're throwing a bomb into something. But I don't see the bomb. I see the sights. That's why I was thinking maybe it's a bomb. Yeah, it's just really, really tough to understand. And the text is just... It's so, like... It's spaced apart, and it's kind of in the way of it, so... Yeah, I mean, dude, your other ones are... Your other one is really, really good. I love that. Dude, this is solid, right? You got Link, you got Ganon's Castle. I mean, finding a really, really good picture... that it's clear what it is, I think it's solid. If you had Link standing, like, back to the camera, gameplay, and then you had Ganon's Castle, like, in the background, where he's just looking at it, and then it said, you know, Ganon's Castle tricks or whatever, dude, I think that would be awesome. It's funny I made him 2 times as big as he is, and I mean, it is what it is, man. Composition can be tricky with gameplay. This one is solid too. I love that because the idea is immediately conveyed, and you don't even need. Oh, well, that's kind of tough to know what that is if you're not a massive fan. But yeah, some of these you're nailing, and then some of them are a little crowded. Ooh, that one is really good. Every grotto, dude, that's solid. That is a really, like, the idea's there. It's simple, and you can see everything. Man, some of it. bigger than the thumbnail. I'm gonna disagree. I mean, bigger is better sometimes to actually, like, add some clarity to the concept. But if it ruins your composition because there's just, like, this massive face and then there's no room for anything else, yeah, it can be ridiculous. But I get what you're saying. There's a limit. Dude, also, you are kind of going a little bit too far with some text. Like, this is a lot of text right here. I mean, that was 3 months ago, but it's just creating a simpler concept or a simpler way to say something might benefit you. But, dude, this font, I really like the hiding in plain sight one. So, you know what? The fonts aren't, I'm not really picky about that. Okay. All right. Hopefully that helped a little bit. There was just, with that specific one you submitted, there was just a lot to unpack to try to figure out what's going on. And also, Link is just like, when you get it to this point right here, it's just like, I have no idea if that's a link or not. Really, what stuck out to me where I knew was the door, because it has those bars on it. Okay. Okie doke. That was gaming. Let's move over to non-gaming. Shall we? We shall. All right. This is something I'm not going to say out loud because that's not the point of the game. Okie doke. Okay. There it is. Zoom in a little bit. Okay, you guys ready? Let's get some guesses in this. Relaxing music, not Roblox. Meditation. Game tutorial. Okay, I can see that, actually, yeah. Gotta be Roblox. Lo-fi beats. Yoga. Ancient aliens. Spiritual healing sounds. Wait, is it? Somebody... Yeah, nailed it. AI voice saying spiritual nonsense. Maybe it could be Skibbity toilet. You know. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick that one comment apart. The AI comment, because now that I'm thinking about it, seeing. Yeah, AI generated, and then the guy who said nonsense too. Both of you. Looking at this UMA thing and then the N, I'm like, oh, this is AI. Because I don't really see a human doing that on purpose. Now, it's kind of a dope picture. I think the picture is really cool. It gets the point across in ancestral healing, release, inherited trauma. Okay, the text here took a second for me to process because of the spacing and the NH is like stretched. So, okay, so you said it could be a font style. Let's take a look here. The N, the U. The N right here is not the same as this N right here. Hold up. Yes, it is. It's just stretched. This font is consistent. All right. Yeah, you might be right. I don't know. I don't know this. It is weird that these are like a little bit stretched out, and maybe if you do it lowercase, that's what happens. Sorry, I didn't mean to assume anything, but the spacing is a little weird. Not to say that the font doesn't fit the vibe, because it kind of does. Yeah, it is. It's interesting. I really love the picture though, and I think you get the point across. It's just the font is just a little difficult to read. But anyway, ancestral healing, 174 hertz, deep spiritual cleanse, meditation, music, release, inherited trauma. That's what this video is. For your niche, I think you get the point across. I think it's a cool picture. It's like calming. I don't know. I mean, what's really cool about this is outside of the text, you have the haze, like the darker haze to make the text stand out. And nothing really is annoying about it to me. Like nothing sticks out where it shouldn't. I think it fits. So I guess I don't really have anything to say about this one, because like as for the niche, it definitely fits what it does. Okay, would AI-generated thumbs be frowned upon? Let me just break that down real quick. AI-generated thumbnails kind of give the impression that when somebody clicks, the content might be completely AI-generated, and it might just be rehashed information, just compiled into a video where a human person isn't explaining it. And I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. I'm just saying that some people prefer to like not watch content like that because there's nothing to connect to. And I think that in the future that might continue to be the case. But when it comes to thumbnails, like I think AI can definitely be used. I use it every time we do this this stream with generative fill and stuff like that. We have a pretty cool tool with the vidIQ tool where we do like face replacement, and you like show your face, or you upload a picture of your face, and then it puts your face on these different different pictures and stuff. So like I'm cool with stuff like that. I mean, it makes sense to me. It's just when you completely do it by AI, it kind of gets lost in everything else that's completely AI. One man's opinion doesn't mean it's right. It's just, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Okay, so let's, that was non-gaming, so we're gonna do gaming now. Let's hide that. Okie doke. Yeah, that was funny, getting KT speedruns. That's quite the coincidence. Bop, 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 down. Okay. Okay, here we go. What do we think, y'all? What are we thinking? Star Wars. Minecraft. Nailed it. I think that's pretty clear. We don't have to stick around on it. So yeah, I'm seeing Minecraft 2. I'm also seeing Shut Up. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says the words shut up in it. I don't know what this is about, but it shut up, Minecraft. It does kind of fit whatever they're talking about. It Minecraft is boring, in quotes, so it means that somebody said that, and then it says a love letter to Minecraft. I don't know if this is sarcastic or what, but this is a pretty solid, yeah, this is a 57 times outlier for them. I don't have much to say about the thumbnail itself. I think that the shut up is cool because he uses that font. But you know, this is one of those that really sticks out as like they did something new and original, and it worked. It's just one of those things. Like this is one of those that I couldn't quite tell somebody to do because it's just like, I don't know. It doesn't convey a whole lot through the thumbnail alone. But yeah, the title does help, and yeah, I don't quite have much to say. I really like it though. I think it's solid. Just because I didn't have a whole lot. Let me just do a small observation here. As for thumbnails, you don't really need any help. Basically, what you're doing is what you should be doing, especially for this niche. And you can feel free to keep submitting, and I'll try to like really break it down aesthetically, but your concepts are really, really good. I just wanted to make that clear. Good job. Good job, dude. Okay, let's move over to non-gaming. Scat man. Okay, guys, ready? Too bad. I was just thinking, what if somebody like they clicked on this, they've never seen a thumbnail live stream, and they just see me staring at the camera in complete silence. Like they click right in the middle and that's all they see. All right, we got a I saw Roblox. We got cigars, cigar review, bad cigar review, pin review, reviewing that pin, lung destruction, pin review, cigar review, smoking hot thumbnail. Okay, let's check this out. So I'm assuming Olivia Black Swan. Okay, Olivia is the brand name. Black Swan is probably the cigar type, I guess. It's a cigar review. It gets the idea across. I don't necessarily. Okay, so with the size of your channel, I don't necessarily know that the branding is important. If anything, it might be just adding something that doesn't quite need to be there. But that's, like I always say to people that brand, it's up to you. If that's like the vibe that you like, then it's totally cool. As long as it's not distracting, it's cool. Keep it in there. That is a little bit big. What I see in this is like a Canva template where I don't necessarily know that it is, by the way. I'm just saying that this, oh, I said Olivia. Oliva. Okay, my bad. So this little like circle, I don't know, like shape thing that they got going on in here. It's like this part is the shape. This is actually their picture because you can see there's stuff in the background. So I probably wouldn't do this because you see it a lot and it doesn't make you stick out if you're doing stuff that everybody else does. That said, somebody just said about the black font, and when you get rid of that shape there, the black font would stick out, but the white wouldn't. So I would probably change that to black as well. I would also pick a different font. You have 3 different ones, right? Oliva, Black Swan, and then this one. Okay, these are 3 different fonts. Stick with one, I would. If it's something that like, you could do 2. Make the cigar review and Oliva the same font. And then the Black Swan, you could make a little fancy if you want. That's totally fine. But yeah, I would simplify that a little bit. That said, when you do reviews like this, I'm gonna check something out, and I don't want it to pop up on screen just in case it breaks any rules. So okay, all right. What I'm seeing, I didn't know what kind of like tobacco promotion situation would pop up. I don't know the rules on that, but we don't promote tobacco here is all I'm saying. Okay, so what I really like about this niche is the very like wood oaky like vibe, right? This vibe, this brown like vintage feel. And if that's something that like right there, right here, if that's something that you could probably get across, then I would do that. Like really set it up to be a beautiful picture. Okay, yeah, that person. Oh, that's you. Yeah, so I guess that's kind of your branding, that circle. But I would try at least to A/B and change it up a little bit. This is another one where the fonts are all different. So yeah, yeah, that's what I would do. I mean, this one's cool if you're like showing who you are, but it doesn't do as well. I mean, that is 162,000 and they don't even have 1,000 views. So the vibe that I really, really like is this one right here. Yeah, just that like vintage oaky brown kind of feel. I think that's really cool. This one kind of sticks out probably because of the amount of subs he has. Man, this is a really, really tough, a tough niche. But if you look professional, you can add yourself in there. Just make it like a professional shoot. I would. A lot of times they do this like open box thing. That's cool too. Just something to consider to change it up and see what works. You know, we have the A/B test for a reason. So. That said, A/B test doesn't necessarily mean the best thumbnail. It means the most accurate thumbnail. In case anybody forgot, because I always forget. All right, now we're going to do a gaming thumbnail. Roblox time. Yeah, here we go. All right, we're 34. Oh, no, we already did this one. And we did it last week. I don't know why it would be the same one. Okay. And I deleted the responses from last week, so you submitted the same thumbnail. But you might not have as well. Let me just bring this up real quick. Alex Dawn, that's what it is. We got this thumbnail last week, and I just wanted to be clear, if you changed it up and submitted it again, I just can't see all the tests. So not yet. I think by next week I should, or at least the following. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't quite know what to add to what I said last week. But yeah, again, it's cool. It really fits the niche, so I'll keep an eye out. I'm sorry, there's not much to say any different than what I had last week. Okay, here we go. Okay, this one is pretty clear, I think. Ready? Okay, let's get some guesses. Scary game? Age restricted by YouTube. Is that the same as uploading for kids? I don't know what that means. Dead by Daylight, but what about it? Ooh, very good point. Dead by Daylight, DVD, horror stories, true crime, Boston Tea Party. Okay. Daylight. My trip to the Tesla factory. Word. Okay, so it is a Dead by Daylight waterfront massacre. Not being familiar with the I almost said not being familiar with the bread. I don't know why. Not being familiar with the game. I'm not sure if this waterfront thing is like a common thing that happens in these games, but yeah. So like what KT said, yeah, it's about Dead by Daylight, but what about it? And I kind of almost could feel like if you showed something crazy that happened in your video, it would do better. But let's see what we got. So dive into DBD Waterfront Massacre plus bonus cosmetics and 2 versus 8 mode. I almost wonder if this would do great if you focused on one. Just an idea. But this whole Waterfront Massacre thing has me like curious if it's a common thing. It does seem like it is because, yeah. Oh, maybe it's like an expansion or whatever they call those now. The bread is very hard to understand. Hey, yeah, no problem. No problem, GnAsTy. Okay, so what I'm seeing in this niche is very character focused. And I know that you have the silhouette of a person, just to refresh here. You have this like silhouette, but it, you know, oh, it's that person. But it seems like making sure that the character shown is important in this niche. At least one. This is very similar to the Fortnite niche. Because they're always character focused, and sometimes they do really like cartoony, almost like great pictures. Like if this picture has a game mode, if this game has a picture mode or a photo mode, I would try to get something awesome like that. I bet it would do so much better. Yeah. So yours sticks out, but in a not as professional way. And it's blue, like that's kind of why it sticks out. But I would really focus on that character. Now you added you have 3 text elements. You have the logo, Waterfront, and Massacre, right? And I think everybody does Waterfront Massacre as the same font and color. That might be something to consider. Waterfront Massacre. And none of the really big ones have the Dead by Daylight logo in there. Oh, they have like the little scratch thing, so that's something to consider as well. Hopefully that helps. Honestly, sometimes it's just as simple as going and checking what works and using yours and like copy theirs, but like make it your own a little bit and just put it as thumbnail B just to test and just to see if it does perform better. And every time you do that, you learn just a little bit more. I think that's totally okay, especially if you're trying yours with it, because how else do you learn? Know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do non-gaming now. Non-gaming. That's weird. It took me back to that cigar one. Okay. Guess we're looking at the cigar one again. Okay. All right, here we go. Whoa, that's a really cool thing. Well, we'll get there. Okay, let's do this. What do we got? No, we're not actually. It was a joke. We're not actually looking at it. It's 7 a.m. That's cool. Network IT. Yeah, meme. I saw that a little bit. Giga Chad Wi-Fi. Which country has the strongest 5G? Where's 5G the strongest? I think that's India 5G. I also saw that India was highlighted, so yeah. Anyway, let's break this down. Dog vlog. Dog vlog. There's got to be a channel named that, right? Dog vlog. That is like, that's way too catchy. Wow, there's not. Somebody go make that channel. Dog vlog, if you have a dog. So yeah, I kind of get it, but like India has great 5G. I'm thinking that that's the Chad Doge, and then like South America doesn't, and that's this guy. Like, it's very memed. How to pay your phone bill with Dogecoin. Okay, mind-blowing maps that'll change how you see the world. Okay, so in your, okay, dude, so you're giving information in your video, and because of your urge to make it memey, it almost distracts from the point you're trying to make, and that's okay. I mean, if this is your style and that's what you want to do, you can keep working at it and you'll perfect it. You'll make it whatever you want. But this is interesting to me as an adult, right? That India has such good 5G that if it was something similar to the maps that you're actually looking at, I think it would come across just a little bit better. I would focus on conveying the idea. Honestly, I think that it would slam. I think it would do really well because that's actually interesting. Yeah, so I would focus on that. Honestly. Oh man. Oh, that's great. I was just staring at him. Okay, yeah. So that's what I would do. I know it's a simple task. What is this? Your first video? Second video? Okay, yeah. It's just when you're focused on this meme thing. Okay, just real quick. This right here, not so interesting, but this is really interesting, in my opinion. So, like, it really could stick out if that's something that you're interested in. Just like breaking down these facts. I think that's a really cool idea. Hopefully that helps a little bit. But as such a like new channel, it's kind of tough to tell where you're headed or what your style is. And that's okay, because if you've just started for the first time, this is exactly what you need to do to find it. Because otherwise, man, you're doing what a lot of people don't, and that's just starting. Okay. Gaming! Okay, we're doing that one. 137. All right. vidIQ, you want to guess again? Guess what it is, guys. Take a wild guess. Let's get some guesses. It is actually Roblox. Minecraft Roblox. This one was pretty easy to guess. We don't have to sit and wait. Call of Duty Black Ops. Close. Close. So not being a Roblox blocker, I don't know what this is about. But I also wonder what this is in the background behind sweat. Like, is that a watermark or something? Stop playing video games and play outside. Okay, so it just says how to sweat. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe, if nobody else gets it, it might just be that you need to work on conveying your idea. If you want to put an outline around your characters and kind of blur the background a little bit, that seems to help in the Roblox space. You could also make the characters closer. That also helps. If you wanted to break this down just real quick. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. If you, I'm not going to do the whole blurring because we've seen me do that a million times, but if you made them like this big, and then the arrow was like the same size, so it still fits in, and then you've got this guy over here who is that big. Oh no, come on. Just grab them like this. And then, yeah, so you've got these two characters, I like give them a flat top. You got these two characters that kind of stand out there. Yeah, so I would probably do them at least at that size, and I would outline them like just, it would be something similar to this ridiculousness that's gonna look terrible, but that, right? And then if you can blur the background, so you could do this on Canva or whatever, and then your text would be in the middle, and then you could have the arrow smaller to where it fits in this, and I think that would help you a lot more. Last, I would probably crank up the saturation just a little bit to get more color, and then the brightness to get a little more brightness. Yeah, that's what I would do. And of course, it always helps to get better pictures too from the start. Okay, so the idea is sweaty pro tips for the strongest battlegrounds. I did see somebody say battleground, so they knew. And this one, it's doing really well for you too. So it's obviously a topic that you know a lot about, and you know exactly what to achieve. So I guess the only tips I got then are the aesthetic ones, like just this. Make it a little closer, and if you go and look on the Roblox niche for your video type or whatever your video's about, you'll see that their characters are a little bit closer, except for that one that we saw where it was first person earlier. Yes. Okay. Non-gaming. Number 201. I think I've seen this channel before. Nope, I haven't. This is interesting. Roblox as non-gaming? I don't think so. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go. We need a John Scott staring emoji. I got a couple emojis that I use at work and on Discord. The thumbs up. Pixel art in Roblox. Super MJ, that's mine. That's not gaming, Leaky. Oh yeah, so there's a clue. It's not gaming because we're doing non-gaming. someone's learning how to do something, KT says. I would say so. You got the noob to pro. Go to mine. No. That's not how this works. Pixel art. Okay. I don't necessarily know if this is game related, like the characters, but this video isn't a gaming video. So, you've got this noob to pro, and a lot of people guess pixel art, and that's exactly what it is. 15 plus pixel art tips and tricks. This is one of those. Somebody asked earlier, like, how Subway Surfers 96. Somebody asked earlier how the thumbnail and the title, what the relationship is, and this is one of those situations where, when you look at the thumbnail itself, you don't know that this is 15 tips to be better at pixel art, or tips and tricks at pixel art. So that's a little difficult. My suggestion would be, there's another person that said go to mine. No. My suggestion would be to try a thumbnail with 15 plus tips on it. You might not have this side by side. It might be a totally different picture. Maybe just like one impressive pixel art picture that you did, pixel art picture, and then put 15 plus tips and tricks, or 15 plus tips. Or what a lot of these like listicle style videos do is we pick one tip that we know can like really come across well in a thumbnail, and then it'll like say number 4, and it'll say tip number 4, and then there's the picture, and then there's an arrow that points to something in the picture and circles it or whatever, and then there's curiosity, like, what is that tip, right? So that's another way to go about it. I would try a couple of those on your A/B and see which one does really well, because whatever you got right now, I love. I think this is really cool. Yeah, so there's a couple ideas for you, just to try out. I think you're on the right track, though. It's very, very cool. Okay. All right, we are. For everybody that says go to mine, how about you go to the description and fill out the form like everybody else did, and then you might get picked with the random number picker. Yep, that's how this works. There's like a gaming channel and a not gaming channel, and you just fill out the form, and then I just have a random number that selects, and it's just by chance, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Go to Minecraft! Oh, you guys. Okay, number 146. Let's see who this is. I actually don't know. Okay. This is interesting. I gotta close all these other channels. Okay. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. What do we got, people? I don't know this one. Ronaldo game. Soccer and Roblox. Soccer. Rugby. FIFA. NBA drafting video. Name that soccer player. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. So it says FCB, and then there's a number 2, and there's a silhouette of a player. If there's somebody that plays this game, or recognize, if you know what game this is, then let me know. FIFA? Okay. I'm seeing. Okay, it's FIFA. All right. Okay, so I didn't know that, but maybe everybody else does, and that's okay. So number 2, this like, from what I see, this question mark with number 2 shows like player number 2, maybe. It could be a sequence of videos that this is the second one, but the player with the question mark shows like creates a little bit of curiosity in the situation. Like that's the goal. That's what they're doing. I get it, right? There might be some better ways to do this, but yeah, let's see what we got here. Barca career mode. Okay, so it's episode 2. So this is like a series of videos. Back to my FC24. Okay, so EA Sports FC24. So I guess it's not FIFA, or I don't know. I don't know this. So okay, so the way that this is pitched, it might be a very tough topic to get a whole lot of attention right at first. You're doing some things right, like you're creating curiosity, and that's cool. This lightning in the background, is the game like that? Is that from the game? Because I don't think this lightning really fits your vibe. I would say probably get rid of that. I would use the logo and put it over this main picture, and then I would center the guy. I would try one like that. Let's see how that works first. But as for the others, I'm just curious here. You have a lot of text that you might want to avoid that. Now that I see the half and half, it's kind of like this template that you're using. But like I said before about the Canva stuff, it's just one of those things. Like, if everybody can do it, you don't quite stick out. So it's just something to consider. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Yeah, like I said, that lightning just it really feels weird. Also, this doesn't feel like a game, and you could maybe use some graphics from the game to really like convey that idea to get a good start. Okie doke. Let's move on to non-gaming here. I believe I saw some dude calling me slow, and that's okay, man. You don't have to stick around. Number 163. We already did Eshu. Number 66. We might have done this one. I can't. Nope, we haven't. All right, let's check this out. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. What do we got? Be-do-be-do. Traveling. Oh, wait. Sorry. You talking to somebody? Thought it was a guess. Baddest bad guy. We got Scream, horror villain, scary movie. Most evil Scream character. Okay. Who's the Scream killer? Minecraft 100%. You might be right. Best ghost. Okay, let's see what this is. So whoever said the most evil Scream character, that's what I get from this. You get the Scream face in the background, which is like instantly recognizable, and then so you've got these two characters. The only confusing thing to me is this whole 6 timeline graphic and then question mark, and I imagine that you are doing like a countdown, maybe like number 10, number 9, and this guy is number 6, and then this. I'm just saying this whole part is just a little confusing with the way that you put it. So there might be a little bit of a different way to do this, like you know how Pokemon do. Who's that Pokemon? You know, where you have a silhouette of somebody and it says the number on that instead. That could be a way. Oh, movie 1 through 6. Okay. All right. I didn't get that at all. I don't know if I'm alone on that, but that just does not pitch that to me. Top 10 most evil characters in Scream is what I would think. Let's see. Ranking every ghost face least to most evil. So all right. I didn't understand that, but if you love Scream, then you probably do. And I can see that too. It's like an outlier, right? You did really well. Ghostface, everyone that was the killer, like, yeah, I dig this, honestly. I think that you did it really, really well. Maybe the 6 to question mark might be something. I didn't get the 1 through 6. Obviously, okay, yeah. Maybe that's something to like reconsider. But other than that, I think you're on the right track, and the topic seems to work really well for you. So Congratulations! You might just want to check out that little, or reconsider the bottom graphic there. Okie doke. Let's move on. It's lightning outside. Number 43. It's the rate of this character. Okay. Here we go. Let's go. All right. Are you in Texas, Mr. John? I am not. I am in Ohio. R6 marketplace tips. All right. Best R6 camos. Oh, R6. Okay, Rainbow 6. I'm like, what is R6? Apparently, we got some players here. Best skins in Rainbow. Somebody's already given tips, which I agree with. Okay, yeah, it's very Rainbow 6-y. We got it. So, I get it. This is like pretty busy because there's a lot. But since it's trying to show skins instead of guns, I kind of understand why they did this. You know what I would really like to see is one gun with like all the skins on it, and then it's just like chopped little by little, or like a way to show them all spread out. I think that would be really, really unique. So the way that this is designed also kind of gives me that template feel. And like I said, I don't hate Canva. I just think that Canva or anything that like starts with the template, it's a starting point. I don't think you have to use what they have, because a lot of people do already. I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying that that's what I got. Why didn't they do a shaded black gun with a question mark? That could be it. I mean, if only, yeah, dude, exactly. Like, give it a little bit of curiosity. The yellow is hard to read. It is. It's probably because the background is also kind of light. They did the outline, which is okay. Had they put a drop shadow or a longer drop shadow, it would have worked a little bit better. Okay, so yeah, creating curiosity by not giving all the answers immediately. That's one thing that you might want to focus on. If there's a number 6, throw that gun in there too, but make it just a silhouette with a question mark. Or you don't have to show any of them, or they can all be blurred, whatever. That's something to consider. Now, what I want to do though is Rainbow 6 Siege skins. Rainbow 6 Siege skins. Just to see like what the layout is. They got, okay, we got people's faces. You are up there. Ooh, this is okay. So we've got the this would be really, really cool to show the first person version instead. You could probably do multiple guns with different skins. Like I said, leave one silhouetted or blurred or something, just to like not give the answers away. But this style seems to work really, really well. This first person style. I like that. I think that's really cool. This one is every universal weapon skin on the marketplace. So even just showing one of them worked for them. And of course, in the background, you can kind of see that there's a bunch there. So it's something to consider. I really like that first person shot. I don't play the game, but yes, even like this half and half showing 2 skins is really cool. So just something to consider to get that point across and create some curiosity. I think that might help you just a little bit. Okay, we're doing non-gaming. 146. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. All right, you guys ready? Tell me what this one's about. Starting a YouTube channel for Risked Everything, person who risked everything, drunk driving, family fortune spent on Bitcoin, really unlicky with the stock market. Self-explanatory. I don't think so at all. Risks. Addiction could be. Gambling could be. Quit a job for a full-time YouTube. Some life-changing story. No Disney World life. I don't know what that's about. All right, so bro lost his life savings. All right, so what this video is about is not very clear, right? Because it's text. It doesn't convey the idea, so we have to go to the title. The title is, I quit my job with no savings to become a millionaire. Now, like, interesting, but I would, it almost seems, okay, you have 1.16, my brain's not working, 1,160 subscribers-ish. And it seems like you might be experimenting with something like this, or maybe you have an A/B test going on, which would make sense. But what would make sense to me, see, this is kind of like your thing now. Yep, different word. Okay, so it's only one video, no savings. All right, so you tried a bunch of different ones with text. So maybe you're not experimenting, you're just trying that style, or that's your style. I would probably do a half and half situation. I don't know what your process was, or what your plan was to do this. So I would probably show something about money in your thumbnail. Like, I'm just saying, it doesn't convey the idea at all. What you need to do is hop on YouTube, Google something very similar, or search something very similar to what you're trying to accomplish. Specify it to your story, and then copy that. Like, set up your own composition, take a picture of yourself and put it in there. Make sure money's included in there. Just anything to really convey that idea. Maybe you just walking out of a job, you know, how they, or even like you talking to another person and saying, I quit. Like that sort of thing is just like, oh wow, I wonder how that turned out. I better click to watch. That's kind of the thing that you want to do. I risked everything. This could work. I've seen stuff like this work before. And people clicked it because you don't see many thumbnails like that, and it becomes the contrast where everything else is so complicated and bright and poppy, and then it's like boom, you know. So it does work. I think a lot of people started to do it, and I don't think it sticks out very much anymore. I would try to convey the idea just a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's do a Q&A real quick. Oh, wow, it's already time. Okay, let's do a quick Q&A and then we'll call it. Sorry. So hashtag question. Type that in the comments and then ask a question, and we'll answer some questions. Bam, 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 bam. Let me throw on that banner. No. Okay. That's an interesting question. Cool beans, bye. It's so weird, like, when we have a bunch of people saying something, they all come in and, like, immediately at the same time. But then there's, like, a major pause. Yeah, see. Okay, question. Best thumbnail editors. I don't know any. Like, I know, like, me... That's what I got hired to do for vidIQ before I started making videos. But I couldn't say one's name out loud. Like, I have a Twitter account where I follow some thumbnail editors, like the Thumbnail Girl, Minnow. I honestly, I can't name them because it's just like, I know regular editors, like video editors, but yeah, thumbnail editors, it's not as like a remember name type situation. Should we template our old thumbnails that were outliers and reuse that style or something different? Absolutely, yes. So basically, this is something that Jenny Hoyos, with her video style, she would call buckets. I forget where the buckets term came from, but I just remember her saying it. And when you find something that works, you have like a golden bucket, and so you try to like replicate that as many times as you can with different little variables changed according to what your video is about, because people will start to get used to seeing something like that, and then just do it long enough until it's like, okay, it might be time to change it up. And that's something that Mr. Beast said with the $1 versus 1 million series. Like, he tried it up to a point where he's like, okay, this is the perfect time to stop. But he replicated it over and over and over again. Think about the same thing with thumbnails. What would you say that, as of right now, A/B testing is giving mixed results? I am also getting them. I think, honestly, when I do A/B tests, I'm always expecting it to tell me what the better thumbnail is. But what it's actually telling me is these 2 thumbnails or these 3 thumbnails all got the same amount of watch time. So no matter how you wrap it up, people are watching your video for the same length of time. And that's what I'm getting. You know, it's always 33, 33, 33 or 50, 50. I never get like, this thumbnail is amazing because it represents the video better and this one isn't. I never get that. It's always the same. So, I mean, from my personal experience, try to remember it's watch time and it's not click-through ratio. That's all I can say about it from what I know. Best thumbnail editing platforms. Canva.com, Photopea.com. P is spelled P-E-A. Then there is Affinity, which is like sort of like Photoshop, I guess. Photopea is like really like Photoshop, but those are the 2 free ones. And then, yeah, you got Affinity. I work a lot on my phone sometimes when I'm like kind of ideating for thumbnails. I use Photoshop though, because it's what I learned. GIMP is another one that if you're going to learn one, if you're going to learn a program that you want to download and it's free and everything, GIMP has a lot of capability. I don't know if they do AI in it, but a lot of people love GIMP. Once you get used to it, yeah, they like it. When is the next free channel audits or video? Okay, so the channel audits are on Tuesdays, and my streams are on Wednesdays. And mine are at like 3 p.m. Eastern, and then the channel audits, I believe, are at like 10 a.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it's close to that. I know it's in the morning, though. All right, yep, that's it. You guys take it easy. I really appreciate you coming out, and I will see you next Wednesday. Hopefully, that would be super awesome. Here's a couple of claps for you. Thank you so much. And yeah, I guess we'll see you then.